Hi everyone, how you doing? I'm Creatively Dead, and today I'd like to talk about Wonder Woman 1984, the latest film from DC Comics, Warner Brothers, and director Patty Jenkins. Gal Gadot and Chris Pine reprise their roles as Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, and Steve Trevor. Rounding out the cast is Kristen Wig and Pedro Pascal, portraying Barbara Minerva and Maxwell Lord respectively. It is, of course, the sequel to 2017's Wonder Woman, and is the ninth movie in the ongoing DC Extended Universe. Diana works for the Smithsonian Institute, where she meets Barbara Minerva. Minerva comes into contact with a stone that gives the individual holding it one wish. Maxwell Lord, a wannabe oil tycoon, manages to steal the stone, but not before Diana and Barbara both unknowingly make wishes of their own. Diana brings her long-dead love Steve Trevor back to life, and Minerva becomes like Diana in more ways than one. However, Diana soon learns that these wishes come at a cost, as her super strength is decreasing with every battle. She and Steve travel the world trying to stop Lord from having a powerful influence over the world's population. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman has been one of my favorite things about the DCEU since Batman v Superman way back in 2016. She may not be the best actress, but she has a very strong on-screen charisma and embodies the character well. This is going to sound very cheesy, but when I see her, I don't see Gal Gadot. I see Wonder Woman. In the beginning of the film, Diana is still struggling with Steve's loss, and Gadot is able to make that pain stand out and feel real. There's one scene in particular where she has to give a long emotional monologue in one take, and you feel the grief washing over her. Gadot also did most of her own stunts in the film, and they looked great. I'm really impressed that she wanted to take that extra step for authenticity's sake. Chris Pine gives a nuanced performance as a man out of time. Steve's reaction to everything that mankind has achieved since World War I, more advanced planes, space flight, and underground subways, gives a unique perspective on the modern world. This movie has a lot of cheesy moments and cartoonish action. While I would understand if this was a turnoff for some viewers, I thought it was really great and really fun to watch. Specifically, the opening action sequence has a lot of goofy physics going on, with Wonder Woman jumping all over the crazy place and using her tiara as a super powerful boomerang that is able to fly through and destroy security cameras. The invisible jet is also incorporated in the movie, and while it was very clearly fan service, I still really enjoyed it. Okay, so this section is going to be full of spoilers, so I'll just give a too long didn't watch version. Minerva's progression through the story doesn't make that much sense, the rules of Lord's powers are unclear, and Wonder Woman has many new unexplained powers and abilities. Skip to this time code to hear my final thoughts. It feels like Minerva escalated in intensity as a person from 0 to 100 really fucking fast. In the beginning of the movie, I thought her character really worked. She is a socially awkward misfit who is overlooked by her peers, which, while it is cliché, is very relatable. This gets demonstrated multiple times in ways that are over the top, but get the point across. But by the end, she is just a monster who refuses to give up the social status and power that she has attained through her wish. In order for Max's plan to be stopped, she would have to renounce her wish, which is something she refuses to do. Look, I can relate to being socially awkward. Surprise there, right? Like anyone on this website making movie reviews has a social life. But most of what she ends up doing, aside from being super strong, is shaking up her wardrobe and just talking to people more. She can easily do that without the abilities The Rock gives her, especially now that she's had a taste of what that life is like. Towards the end of the film, she gets the opportunity to make a second wish, and it's that she would become an apex predator. Someone who cannot be threatened by anyone or anything. For some reason, the magic interprets this wish as wanting to become a cat lady. However, again, just for some reason, this particular wish takes a few hours to come about, while every single other wish that is ever made in the movie happens instantly. She just becomes this literal and figurative monster just because she doesn't want to be the awkward nerd anymore. She is willing to put her life on the line and eventually be violently electrocuted in the ocean by Wonder Woman, who somehow isn't electrocuted, to protect Lord. This is such a radical shift in her character. It is, however, quickly addressed that the magic of the stone is taking her goodness away from her, but that is not a good enough explanation. Now, before I complain about Maxwell Lord, I have to quickly praise Pedro Pascal for his performance. He gives 110% for this role, and manages to balance the emotional moments with his character's son very well with the cheesy convolutedness that is his part in the finale. Lord's powers are very undefined in this movie. Using the stone that, again, he stole earlier in the movie, he makes a wish to inherit its power and essentially become the stone. As he grants more and more wishes, his health rapidly declines. So, as an answer to this problem, he decides that he just wants to grant the wishes of as many people as possible. Now, you may be wondering, wouldn't that just kill him? Well, Max is taking advantage of the part of the rules of the wishes, where if you wish for one thing, another thing is taken from you. I guess when Max was granting wishes for himself, the rules of the magic just stole his health. So by making a huge assumption of how his powers work, he uses an experimental broadcast overrider satellite machine thing, and touches practically everyone on the planet through photons traveling in television and radio broadcast signals. This causes all of these people to make wishes of their own, and worldwide chaos occurs. What? Was this part of his plan? Did he want to destroy the world, or did he just want his health back? How did he know that he would be able to grant wishes using photons? I mean, sure, the photons are touching the people, but the people aren't touching him. It doesn't make any sense at all. I genuinely cannot tell what his plan was in this movie. I really can't. And this is a running problem throughout the film. Multiple things are either given a throwaway line's worth of explanation, or are not explained at all. The Lasso of Truth, for example, is now able to do things that were never established in the first movie, or in some cases, have never been established ever in the Wonder Woman mythos. It can deflect bullets, be used to swing on lightning bolts, show visions of the past, and apparently it can even send messages to people throughout the world because it's wrapped around Max's ankle. It literally does everything in this movie, except make someone tell the truth. It is too often used as an excuse by the writers to either get Wonder Woman out of a sticky situation or to have a cool scene for the sake of having a cool scene. This reminded me of how in Star Wars Episode 1, Jedi can suddenly run fast, and then never do that again in the movie, because they need to get out of one particular situation. Similarly, she has new armor now that she just found at some point. No more explanation than that. Wonder Woman can fly now. That's a thing. Though, I'm willing to mostly excuse it because its introduction is done well, even without any precedent or build-up within the movie itself. Oh, and she totally has non-consensual sex with a man. Overall, I honestly did enjoy Wonder Woman 1984, even if it sounds like I didn't. It was clearly made with love for the character, and significant consideration into what the character means to so many people across the world. Unfortunately, this does not absolve it from the mistakes that were made. Is it the best DCEU movie? No, not by a long shot. Is it better than the first one? No, I wouldn't say so. Is it better than the majority of DCEU movies? I think I can say yes. My opinion on that particular point may change in the future, but that's what I'm going with right now. Leave a comment telling me whether you agree with anything I said, or if I'm just a Gal Gadot simp. While you're at it, you should like the video and subscribe for more content. I've been Creatively Dead, and I wish you a very good day.